Hello everybody. Today we are here in Charlestown, New Hampshire, where we are highlighting Fort Number 4. This is an amazing open air museum that you should schedule some time and come see for yourself because it's pretty cool. You can actually see some of the fort behind me here. This weekend they are doing French and Indian War reenactment. So we're gonna get to see some of the battle that they've got going on and some of the Abenaki. If this time period is of interest to you, the people who came and are reenacting this event are a group that are coming back later this year too. So check the calendar because you may have missed today, but you don't have to miss them next time. All of the reenactors here love to talk. So ask them questions, be curious, and learn lots of fun new things that you didn't know before you came. This incredibly unique location was originally founded back in 1947, almost 80 years ago. This nonprofit museum exists still today due to its dedicated following of volunteers, museum admissions, Friends of the Fort memberships, fundraising, and donation efforts. In 2020, they were recognized by the New Hampshire State Register of Historic Places. From the static displays, special events, living histories, and reenactments, there is always something new and exciting going on here. When you arrive, you'll enter through the gift shop and admission center. Make sure you sign the guest book so you're up to date on the fort news and events. If you're local to the fort and can make it more than once annually, consider becoming a friend of the fort. It's memberships like these that keep this wonderful historic site operating. Grab some reading for the trip home or invest in a Fort at Number 4 t-shirt for any age or size. Grab a classic baseball cap with the fort's logo. And check out all of the things available on display, like these beautiful beads. There's plenty of souvenir options to choose from, and you can hit the gift shop up on your way in or on the way out. Behind me is Settlers Row, where you can go home with some period attire, dinnerware, snacks, candy, you name it. Settlers Row is going to have tons of fun souvenirs and even some reenactor supplies if you have an accessory mishap or if you forget something. Grab yourself a powder horn, a weaving loom, or set the kiddos loose in the field with wooden swords and muskets. While I was walking through, I had a wonderful chat with Rebecca Stewart, one of the friendliest ladies ever, who happens to be a professional seamstress. Her company, Pins and Needles Garment Co., accepts commissions for a variety of clothing needs, be it period, theater, cosplay, or bridal gowns. Her work is incredible, and she is well known for her Outlander costume enthusiast page and guest speaking. Apart from the sights and sounds of this history-focused museum, the smell of the fires, wood smoke, and gunpowder truly transport you back to another era. While it's not the original fort and a recreation, they strive to maintain historical accuracy and educate everyone on the rich, multi-ethnic history this land and fort represents. The idea that fully understanding and knowing our complicated history to help influence our future choices is one of the building blocks this place was founded on. When you enter the fort, to your right, you'll find the restrooms. But if you go left, you'll end up by the herb gardens. The fort was comprised of a few families who worked together to make this small community. The original settlers here were Stephen Farnsworth, along with his family, as well as his brothers Samuel and David Farnsworth. Additional families followed, and each party played an important role in the growth and development of this location's small beginnings. Off in the corner, you'll come across the fort's community clay beehive oven. This would have been used by all for baking purposes. Nowadays, they're known for those fabulous wood-fired pizzas that are so loved. Inside one of the buildings, you'll find beautiful exhibits featuring some of the clothing, essential items, and shelters used by many Native Americans during the colonial era. You can see the setup for one of the popular games they enjoyed, as well as tools and arrowheads, along with some informational displays to explain what each were used for. If you look up, you'll notice a collection of some of the local wildlife that were often seen and sometimes hunted in the area. Notably, the loud fisher was the first that caught my eye, followed by the beautiful bobcat. There's an entire wall dedicated to displaying the common furs and hides of animals hunted during the time. My favorite part of the room were the various canoes on display. This dugout canoe also showed instructions on how they were made and the process it entailed. There's also a birch bark canoe that you've got to keep an eye out for overhead. Don't leave without checking it out up top. In another part of the fort, you'll find a very cool setup with a timeline and weapons history. Starting in 1620, around when Plymouth Plantation was established, you get to see the progression through the ages. Then on in 1740, Northern expansion when Fort at Number 4 was settled. On to 1777 when the Revolution struck. And here we have the guard shack. Inside there are instructions for the various military maneuvers of the time, a breakdown of the rifle and each of its parts, sleeping quarters, and more. Do take the time to go up into the fort, climb the steps, and check out the Great Hall because it's a huge space. It's really neat and unique. It is so pretty. The woodwork is amazing. Pristine views of the fields and fort below with the benefit of sanctuary from cutting winds. I can imagine during the winter this was the place to be come events and gatherings. You get a phenomenal view of the river from up there and the rest of the fort itself as well. You might see a carpenter bee or two. I just learned that they're carpenter bees. They hover mid-air and they burrow into the wood, so they are technically pests and not good for the fort. But they totally keep to themselves. They really don't care about you. Try your hand at a period game or two. Grace's was a big one played by many. And don't skip out on admiring the cannons stationed by the fort gates. This period piece makes quite a statement. During my visit, of course, we had the Abenaki visiting, and they graciously displayed some of their gear and tools for the spectators to see. There's plenty to see during your visit, and depending on the day or the time, you might have a different experience. Perhaps you'll catch one of the volunteers hard at work on the giant loom, or maybe you'll get to witness them baking dinner in period attire. While we've seen a generous amount of the fort, there's so much more to see. So all the reason for you to make a trip here yourself. For now, we've got a battle to catch. All right, now, let's get ready for the show.
That artillery would have blown that wooden fort to bits. As I said earlier, we're just out having fun.
I've been here for hours and I still haven't seen everything. There's so much. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe because pretty soon we've got some fun stuff coming for you out of Newport, Rhode Island. This place really is something special. So if you can, make time to come. Every one of the reenactors is so friendly and they love what they do. They love the history, they love the interaction, so make sure to ask questions. It's been a great day and so much fun, but I think that's probably gonna do it. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself almost as much as I did. Take care and we'll see you soon.